Welcome to the Sage Lifetimes Perceptive Readers. I am James Lynch, and here it is. We're on the last day of June. I started this month talking about the first day of summer being in it. I talked about fathers. I've shared a lot of videos, music videos as well about fathers. Talked about the summer heat, talked about good food recipes, lobster and pizza and all sorts of other uh, Oriental specialty recipes, Arabic, and so forth. I talked about a lot of these things. But let me um, let me make this point clear. I actually shared a lot of these topics right on the jamespoetry.online website. And it came about because of the feeling of fathers, you see. It came about with that. The Sage Lifetimes series that I started in this month, which it was I told you was going to be a limited series. I think I did mention that somewhere in there, or probably wrote it somewhere. Look, maybe I just wrote it in my notes somewhere. Who knows? But all the same, we're at the end of the month of June, so I want to finish these last few podcasts for the Sage Lifetime series. I think I have at least close to a dozen of them or so, or what have you. And so this is what I want to mention in closing out these last few podcasts about masterminds, people we may view as being masterminds. And there are different shows from the James Bond to the cartoons to the dramas of television. And especially if you want to think about a real spiritual minded, maybe I need to say that loosely, mastermind was Emperor Palpatine of Star Wars. Remember, even him. Uh, he was walking around looking just as docile and for the people as anybody. If you look at those episodes, man, before he actually made it to the Senate and and was working through there, uh, even the way that he came to power, it was through manipulation of another Senator Jaja or what have you, who had moved up in the ranks from basically at first being viewed as a bumbling buffoon, really. You see what I'm saying? Just look at his personality and character. And so here was his opportunity. He finally was placed due to all the really bravery that he still showed in one of the episodes that, hey, they knew his heart was in the right place. So next thing you know, he was able to even start speaking up in that grand form of the Senate. And he was the one who actually recommended, I believe, giving the type of emergency powers to Palpatine. And then he gave that speech, I love democracy, you know. Anyway, everybody know he really was uh, a evil mastermind of the highest order, even in the spirit realm, using the dark side of the force. Okay. So anyway, with that being said, I want to go into part two of what I'm going to talk about on this. Okay, and so think about it as so people sometimes you say, oh, that's a mastermind, or that person wants to be a mastermind, or what have you. Well, uh, when it comes to the sages, you see that I've had the opportunity to talk with, over the years in this way or that way. Uh, they basically were much aware of the light side and the dark side of life. Okay, so let's move on to part two of this.